Wait, bro, hold on, hold on. Yo, this this might have been a bad idea, man. I don't know about y'all seeing this, man. This, oh my god, I don't know if this was a good idea. What's up, YouTube? It's Pico.Blurred back again with another video. I messed up my original recording. I was supposed to record this intro before he started cutting my hair, but it is what it is. I am letting a subscriber that has no experience cutting hair cut my hair for this video for you guys. I figured I was gonna cut it anyway, but I thought it would be a pretty cool idea to have somebody with zero experience try to cut hair and see if it's hard or easy for them. You never know. Some people just have a given talent, and some people it takes a lot of hard work for them to get the right cut. It isn't always easy. Some people, they think, oh, you're just cutting hair, it must be super easy, but there's a lot of work and a lot of skill that goes into it. So I want to see if somebody that has never touched clippers and never cut hair before, see how they do on a haircut. So basically I'm getting an 8 on top and then a bald fade all the way around, and we're just gonna see how it goes. So let's get into the rest of the haircut. And it's actually okay if he does mess me up a little bit. I can always fix it. Like I said before in previous videos, I've been cutting my hair since high school, so I have years and years of experience cutting my own hair. So if he does mess it up, it's not a huge deal. I'm not gonna get mad and fight him over it. All right, let's go ahead and continue this haircut. Guys, pretty much I'm just gonna let him do his thing. I'm gonna do minimal coaching here. I just want to see how he does just without any prior experience just cutting hair. If I sense that he's doing something a little bit wrong, then I'm gonna coach him through it just so we can make sure that the haircut doesn't just become a complete disaster. But other than that, I'm just gonna let him do his thing. This might just be the craziest thing I ever let somebody do. So if that doesn't deserve a like and a subscribe, then I don't know what is. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Help support the channel. So tell me a little bit, how did you feel going into this before we started versus a little bit into the haircut?
Somewhat confident and a little hesitant.
That's expected. Usually, you know, somebody can have a super amount of confidence and you'll think, yeah, I could do that. It's easy. I see people do it all the time. And then once you actually get into the haircutting part, it's a whole different game. And that's with everything. You know what I mean? You could think that, you know, you'll see these guys on TV, NASCAR drivers, right? And you'll be like, oh, I could drive in a circle. It's a whole different ballpark when you actually get on that track. But, you know, it comes with, I think this is a good type of like little mini experiment, just because it gets people out of their comfort zone. It gets people introduced into something new that they probably would never do before, which I think is good for any sort of growth in any aspect, you know what I mean? So basically, needless to say, get out of your comfort zone and just try a couple things. Who knows, you might find that you're actually good at something that you never would have thought that you'd be good at. Just go for it and try it. And then if you try it and you actually like it, you just open up a whole new career option that you never would have thought of. And maybe you can take this somewhere that if you're not really knowing what you want to do in life, or you're kind of lost in a direction, maybe if you try something that you were a bit afraid of and you actually go for it and you're like, man, it's not as bad as I thought it was. And then you can take that to whole new levels, even make careers out of it and find a love for it. So just go after some fears that you have, conquer them, and then life is just gonna be a breeze for you. I promise you. And here gets the scary bits. We're starting the fade process. So he already cut my hair down to a number 8 on the top, but now we're setting up and clearing the bulk on the sides and the back, just getting ready for that fade. So I let him start off with a number 4 open, just so it's not as scary as just going in and setting up your guidelines. Basically, I'm having him do a number 4 all the way around the sides, just so that he can see what he's doing perfectly when we go to those fade steps. It's not going to be as hard if you start off, and especially for beginners, if you're starting off and you're setting guidelines with a lot of bulk, sometimes you can't see what you're doing and you'll end up taking those guidelines too high. But for never having held clippers in his hands before, the 8 is pretty even all the way around the top, so that's good. But we still have yet to get to the hard part, which is the actual fade. So we still got a long way to go. And hopefully he doesn't drop my clippers, because these are expensive. Go ahead and ask my barber just a simple question. Have you ever thought about cutting hair before and becoming a barber? Because I know a lot of people, they don't really have access or someone to tell them that barbering is actually a viable career. So have you ever in your life experienced, whether it was when you were little or now that you are older, have you ever wanted to cut hair, or, you know, have you experienced other people in your lifetime wanting to cut hair and they just didn't go after it, but if they had somebody to push them that way, then they would have?
Mostly it's been seeing some barbers really do well for themselves and then explain themselves, saying that, you know, taking it serious since they were young, they were able to make real careers out of it and never had to do another job in their life. So it's always been something interesting, but it obviously takes a lot of skill and will. And you've been kind enough to let me try to do this today for the first time, and funny enough, you know, if it works out, I might be actually entertain it, but nonetheless, never take anything for granted. I appreciate you for letting me do this.
I think he summed it up perfectly. You know, there's, like I said, there's numerous amounts of people that they just don't think of barbering as a career. Even myself, I kind of stumbled upon this within the last 5 years. It was never given to me as an option. Even when I was in high school, there wasn't anybody saying, you know, you can go be a barber, you can do this. It was always go to college, become a doctor, become, you know, something that everybody does. And, you know, it's just not the case for everybody. Not everybody's cut out to go to college and go to school and do that route and become a doctor. So there needs to be other talks. There needs to be other people pushing those technical careers, those like skills, like vocational jobs, skills that you can go and learn and you can start working right away, and that you can take with you wherever. You know, there's a bunch of jobs where you have to do it in an office at that one spot. No matter where I go, I can always have a clipper in my hand, and I know I'm going to be able to cut somebody's hair. I can do that wherever, whether I travel overseas, whether I stay in the US. I can take that skill and apply it anywhere, which I think is one of the most beautiful things as far as barbering. And it allows us to have these conversations. It allows us to be able to talk to people on a different level, because it's not, barbering isn't a professional setting in that aspect. You know, it's not like I have secret information that I have to hold and keep in a book. We can talk about our lives. We can build connecting relationships, and you can meet all kinds of walks of people. That's why I love this industry, and I love what I do. So, you know, just doing this video and allowing somebody who maybe didn't have a chance when they were younger to explore this option, well, now here it is. He can do it, and if he messes up, he messes up. It's just hair. It's not gonna, you know, end my life. It's just hair. And, you know, if he does find a passion for it and he can chase this, and I can teach him also, and I can kind of lead him on the steps if he chooses, if he wants to follow this career. So that's just the beauty of just experiencing life and, you know, taking risks. It's just hair. It's gonna grow back. It's nothing crazy, but it allows us to be able to explore different sides of ourselves that maybe we wouldn't normally go to. So just doing this, I think, is a great opportunity, not only for me, but also for other people that maybe just didn't take that leap. But with all that said, I know he's gonna kill this this haircut, and even if he doesn't, it's gonna be a good video for you guys. So let's go ahead and continue with this cut. He got most of the sides cut with the number 4. So now I think it's ready to start that fading process, and hopefully he starts, you know, turning the chair so they can see the haircut. I'm gonna turn it for you guys, see what we're working with right now. For somebody that has never touched clippers, this is probably the most even I've seen a haircut on top, because I've seen a bunch of beginners that never touched clippers before, and the top is usually way uneven. It looks like a weed whacker got taken. So he's being really meticulous, but probably because he's a little bit nervous. He knows that I cut hair and he knows that I'm a barber. But honestly, it doesn't matter to me. He's doing an excellent job right now. Everything's all even on top, but we'll see what happens when we get to the actual fade. I might do a little bit more coaching then, just so he doesn't plop my ears off, but let's go ahead and get to the rest of this cut. Right now we're not even fading, right? We're just clearing, we're just setting up to fade. And yo, I want you to drop in the comments, give my man some praise, because it's not easy. You got to be pretty confident and pretty brave to be able to do something like this. So drop some comments, give him some praise, and drop a comment. Let me know if you would do something like this. Just throwing yourself out there. Let me know if you would just go and try to figure out someone's haircut, because it's not easy. Even just stepping out here and getting the clippers in your hand, that is just a huge step. So, you know, you gotta be some sort of brave to be able to do that step just right there. So drop in the comments, let me know. Leave some likes for my man cutting my hair. No, it's because my psoriasis right there. It happens. I probably need to see a dermatologist. And guys, if you do run into somebody that has psoriasis like myself, make sure you take your time around those areas. You don't want to irritate the skin. The clipper might get caught on a couple of the flakes of skin right there. So just make sure you take your time and don't rush that process. Let the clipper do the work and your client should be fine. You know, I've been dealing with psoriasis for a while now. It's just something that I got to deal with. So, but make sure you take your time if you are dealing with somebody with any sort of imperfection in their skin. You don't want to irritate it. You want to make sure that you're going over it nice and easy, and it should be no problem for you after that. You'll be able to get your fade in and you'll be able to get that blend going. Go ahead and check out this initial fade that he just did. And it looks pretty good to me. There's no lines. Usually that's one of the hardest part on beginners, is getting out that initial guideline that you set in, where the bald line is and where you take it up an inch where your initial guideline is. So there's no line there. It's looking really good. So we're gonna have him do all the way around the rest of the head. I'm gonna check back in with you guys when he's finished all around this first guideline. And this is about the time in the video where I'd like to thank my sponsors. I don't have any sponsors. I'm just joking. There ain't no sponsors in this video, but maybe one day we'll get up to that level. If you could, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers just so I can help more people out, chase their dreams, learn how to cut hair, just learn everything about hair that they can. That's why I'm making these videos. Is I really just want to help people. If you know, if they're finding themselves struggling, if they're beginner barbers, if they're new barbers, if they're, you know, maybe thinking about becoming a barber and haven't taken that first step, I just want to be able to help you guys and give you some free education to set you off on the right foot. There's a bunch of people that go into barber school that have like no clue what they're doing until they get there. For me, I was fortunate enough, I was cutting my own hair and started cutting hair before I actually got into school, just so I was completely ready. I just wanted to be way ahead of the game, and it really set me up for success when I was in school. Because I already knew what I was doing, so it helped me get more clientele. It helped me improve faster because I had already been doing it before I got into school. So that's why I want to make these videos, and hopefully it gets pushed out to new barbers and a lot of new barbers, just so they feel like they're ready when they decide to actually take the first steps in getting their license and making this a career. I really appreciate all of my subscribers. You guys don't know what it means. You know, going on this content creation, I wasn't expecting anything. You know, I was just posting videos for the sake of posting videos. Hopefully somebody that needed it stumbled across it and can learn something from me. And the fact that, you know, I'm almost at 400 subscribers now, it just baffles me every single day. I'm super grateful for it. It just, you know, shows the proof that if you do put your mind into something that you love, that you're passionate about, and you just, you know, do it for the sake of others, it's gonna grow. It's just a matter of time. And that's just the proof in the pudding. That's just seeing that what you're doing is positive and it's affecting real people. So I couldn't be more grateful. But we'll let him keep going for a little bit, and then I'll show you guys what the fade's looking like, because I think it's turning out actually pretty good. Somebody with no experience, and let me preface this for you guys. I haven't taught him anything. I haven't showed him anything really. I've been cutting his hair, like I said, I've been cutting his hair for a while now, but I've never talked to him. I've never taught him how to cut hair at all. So, and you're seeing it firsthand right here. I haven't told him really anything much to do. I just wanted to see how he would attack this hair. So, you know, he's doing his thing. And guys, I also want to say this. If you are in North Carolina in the Triangle area, as you guys know, I live out near Holly Springs. If you are a new barber and looking for some experience, drop a comment or send me a DM on my Instagram. If you want to try something like this and give me a haircut, you know, I'd be all for it. If you want to learn and I can teach you, I'd be all for that also. So if you want to try your skills on my hair, I'm pretty easygoing, man. You know, like I said in the beginning, it's just hair. It's gonna grow back. So if you're thinking about maybe wanting to try this and wanting to become a barber, and you don't have any people that are letting you try to cut hair, drop me a comment. You never know, you can be featured in one of my videos and you know, find something that maybe would interest you and you want to follow. So just drop me a comment. All right, Joe, he's finished blending out that first initial guideline. So I'm going to let you guys see what the fade's looking like so far in that first initial guideline. You guys let me know how he's doing. I think it's looking pretty good so far. I can't see any lines of demarcation, any dark spots. So far in the blend, I think it's looking really good so far. So we'll go ahead and double back this way just so you guys can see it again. It's looking pretty gradient right now. I'm not even gonna lie. And like I said, I haven't taught him anything before. This is his first time ever touching the clippers, ever cutting hair. So I think he's knocking it out of the park. So let's go ahead and get that second guideline in, and then we'll finish up the rest of this fade, this haircut for you guys, and then we'll go ahead and close out this video and give him his props, man, because you know he's killing it right now. What you think, guys? I think we find ourselves a new barber. I think if we keep doing stuff like this, I think he's gonna really be able to maybe take this into consideration and start doing something that he actually would enjoy. That's because you went higher on the side than you
Yeah, okay. Is that what's going on? I'm trying to understand what's going on.
You definitely did go higher on the right side. I think.
Is it higher?
Yeah, it is. A bit. Not that you see it, right? Shit, I might have to go join the Navy after this. Bro, honestly, don't stop, just keep going. Because there's a level to that also. Like, you can be self-aware and be like, maybe I could do this better, but you can also second guess yourself, and then that's not good also. Guys, I'm gonna make fun of him a little bit here just because he's one of my good friends and one of my good clients. He did go up a little bit too high for my liking. So after this, I told him I'm gonna have to join the military. Comment what branch I should join. My dad is in the Navy. Don't make fun of the Navy, bro. It just is what it is. He's been in there for the longest time, and he's good at his job. So he'll come after you. I'm just letting you know. But drop in the comments what military branch do you think would suit me. Again, the fade is actually turning out pretty good. He just went a little bit higher than he maybe should have. So the next time, if he decides to do it next time, he'll know that. So you can't learn anything unless you make a few mistakes. Mistakes are all part of the process. You know, we all make mistakes and then we learn from it. If you don't learn from your mistakes, or if you don't make the first mistake at all, you're never going to learn. So make that mistake, take that chance, make that mistake, rewatch it. And I repeat, with full emphasis, record all of your stuff, because you can always learn from yourself. If you rewatch your cut that you were doing, and then you look at it, you're like, oh, I went too high here, or maybe I could have blended this a little bit more, or any sort of criticism that you can find, you can go in and then fix it for the next haircut. And then you improve on that, and then you find something else. Oh, I can improve on this on the next haircut. And then you keep getting those reps in. You keep improving haircut after haircut after haircut after haircut. And then that's where you see the progress. It's all about getting that practice in and getting the reps. I'm a strong believer in saying that practice makes perfect. If you don't have the practice, you're just not going to be able to get the skill that you need. So go out, ask people to give them free haircuts. Maybe it's your brother, if you have a brother, your uncle, your dad, your closest friends. If they trust you and if they know that you're serious about this, more oftentimes than not, they're going to let you practice on them. And as you get better and as you keep growing, they're just going to trust you even more. And then they're going to tell more people like, hey, where did you get your cut at? Oh, my son did that. I know somebody that my best friend cut my hair. And then, you start getting more people from there. And that's how you build your clientele. That's how you build relationships. And that's how you actually start to grow your skill and improve on your haircuts. But you have to be able to make that first mistake. You have to be able to put in the application. You know, watching it on YouTube is one thing. You can get the knowledge, you can kind of have an idea of what you're doing, but it's not going to translate until you put that clipper on someone's head, even if it's your own head. I don't know how many times I've messed up my own self haircuts when I was in high school, and I thought it looked good. Maybe other people didn't think it was, but I was learning, and as time went on, I was getting better and better and better at cutting my own hair, that people had already trusted in me, and they said, if you can cut your own hair, I know you can cut other people's hair. So that's when people started trusting me, and I was able to give them haircuts. And like I said, my haircuts weren't super amazing at the beginning. They weren't bad by any means, because I already had that kind of skill already from cutting my own hair. But as I got better and better and was cutting them more often, my haircuts just started getting better and better and better and better. And here we are to this day. There's always still room for improvement. You know, I'm not the best hair cutter by any means, but I know I can get the job done, and I know I'm going to give my client a satisfying haircut. And that's what matters at the end of the day, is just you improving your skill. And you shouldn't compare yourself to anybody else. You know, you should only focus on yourself, because the clients that you have, they're coming back for a reason. They're coming back to you knowing that you're always wanting to improve, and you build that relationship with the people. So that's all it takes. Just get your practice in. You're gonna get better, I promise you. All right, y'all, this is how the blend is looking so far. I know you know he's killing it right now. Don't mind all the red spots. That's just from my psoriasis. It's inevitable. I get all these red spots because my head is inflamed. There's nothing he can do, but there's nothing he did about that. There's nothing you can do about that unless I go seek like a dermatologist. So just bear that in mind. It's not red because he was using the clippers. It's just red already because of my psoriasis. So, but if you take a look at that blend, for somebody who's never blended hair before, it is impressive. It's impressive. I've seen countless of beginner haircuts, and you can see every single guideline, you can see every line of demarcation, and man, this is it blows my mind. This is insane for someone who has never held clippers before. It's just insane. So we're gonna go ahead and get this haircut finished up. I'll show you guys the final product, and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit and close out this video. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this video so far. I know I've been enjoying this experience, and letting him have the experience of doing this. Allowing me to do this is just really special for me. But let's go ahead and finish the haircut so we can get you guys closed out of this video, because it is going a little bit longer.
Many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
He is new, so it does take a little bit longer for new people to figure out this haircutting, but he's actually doing really good, so I can't knock him for that. All right, guys, this is the final cut. He ended up messing it up a little bit. He took off a little bit more than he could chew as we started blending up into the parietal ridge area, which is normal for people that haven't cut hair before. They'll start to blend out that area, and then they find themselves chasing the line, and then he just brought it up a little bit more than he wanted to, and then it started not blending out. So this is the first, like I said, the first time he's ever cut. So it's not bad for the first time that anybody has ever cut hair, let me tell you that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this cut up. I'm gonna make sure that it's looking good and clean, but I want to ask him how he felt at the beginning of this experience, how he felt through the experience, and what he feels like after the cut is finished and done. So we'll go ahead and get him on here, and he'll be able to talk to you about it.
So initially, felt decent about going into it. As I started getting into it, became a little hesitant, got a little more comfortable with the head. The first line was starting to look good. So we got into the second line, and then I cut a little too high, and that's when I started becoming real hesitant again. But nonetheless, he was real comforting about the whole situation. Definitely learned from that mistake, seeing where I made the mistake, and hopefully next time I can recapture on that and do it right the next time. But overall, it was a great experience, and it's something I never tried before. If he will allow me, I'll probably try to do it again. maybe we make another video about it next time. Who knows? Again, I just want to thank him for everything. This was a great experience. Took a little longer than expected, as I know. Nonetheless, he guided as much as he could, as little as he could, so as little as he wanted to see how I could turn out and do it myself. And I guess he could speak to the rest of the corrections and all, but nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. And thanks again, David. This was great.
All right, YouTube, that's gonna do it for this video. Like I said throughout the whole video, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned how to overstep your fears and get out of your comfort zone and just try something new. But if you could leave a like, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is for you guys, so I just want to do everything I can to help you guys on your barbering journey. That's the best way you can support me, is by subscribing. Hopefully go from there and help even more people. But it's your boy Pico.Blurred, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.